be honest with you, and I say this on my radio show, Power 106 all the time.
Wait for this.
Like, man, I've always been an Eminem fan. The artist is
I do know one thing though, chickens they come, they go, Saturday through Sunday, Monday through Sunday, yo. Maybe I'll love you one day, maybe we'll someday grow, but till then sit your drunk ass on that empty runway. Oh, look man, I leave tall girls in a single band, I'm single now, never let a chick bring me down in a relationship. Come on now, Superman ain't saving. Come here, jump on Shady. Who said it, man? I had to do something that had to do with something, you feel me? Guess whose bedack still smell on my clothes? Put in the comment section what song that is and who said it. Y'all should know. It's your boy SFJ. I have to throw that in there. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. We got a video today. We got a hell of a video today. I covered the Eminem and Nick Cannon beef thoroughly, all the way through. I definitely think Nick Cannon lost bad. I think Nick Cannon knows he lost bad lyrically and, track-wise and whatever. But I also, anybody who jumps out the gate and will come into that ring, I give respect to. That's why I give respect to MGK and I give respect to Nick for trying. There's a lot of people that Eminem is at, or that people have talked about Eminem in interviews or social media, and rappers and are terrified to rap with him is what it seems like. And Nick's been going through some stuff, doing some reflection. So today, I got a video where I guess I missed this. Fat Joe and Nick Cannon are talking about the Eminem beef, and he airs out the whole thing. Nick Cannon airs out the whole thing, and who would I be if I didn't react to this? I saw a clip on the Breakfast Club that said Nick Cannon wants to have a sit down with Eminem, so maybe it comes from this clip. This was from 6 days ago. You know that Nick's been going through that whole getting canceled and the crazy stuff that he said about. I think more what he said was crazy was about melanin, right? Because I think then he didn't realize that he was also saying that if it's about melanin, then that's kind of saying that light-skinned people are more savage than. But we don't even get into that because I'm just talking about the blackness. But let's get into it. Sorry for the long intro. Let's see what they got to say. Get your popcorn ready. I feel like this one gonna be a doozy. I just reacted to that Eminem. Tim Westwood cypher, go check that out. Ready, set, go.
When people would call me corny and all that, I loved it. I was like, absolutely. That's what keep the police off me.
I'll be that. You know what happened? Yo, Nick, what happened to me?
Now I feel bad. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apologize. For some reason, Fat Joe's vocal, like he's too far away from his phone, I think, and it's kind of harder to understand what he's saying. So I'll be very quiet. I won't say nothing when he talks.
He was, and we can talk about it. You get into this little rap beef with Eminem. Right?
Yeah, again.
Yo, Nick, you get into the rap. He dissed you on my song, but they broke it down to me that y'all had been dissing each other forever.
Lord Above, if you haven't heard it, that's the song. Just getting everybody tuned up.
No, and
right.
So some people who love Eminem hit me up and say, "Yo, Joe." And I'm like, Nick Cannon, and that's my man, and they cool. And then when I made
you had no idea.
When I made a couple of phone calls, and the homies was like, no, Nick Cannon's certified, he with us. I'm like, what? I said, for real? And I'm like,
hold on, let me shut that so my AC don't. If you haven't heard what he said that he made some phone calls and learned that Nick Cannon is certified for real. Meaning that there are street people who are invested in Nick Cannon. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna tell you this right the fuck now. Yeah, and I said it. I'll tell you this. 4 minutes and 16 seconds, I might censor that out. I'm gonna tell you this right now. That is a fact. That is a fact. Anybody, and I know y'all, a lot of y'all is internet people, and y'all expect everything to be on the internet. One thing is true, two things are true. Eminem beat Nick Cannon in a battle, right? Another thing that's true is Nick Cannon is connected to some very serious people in the streets. Period. That's not a joke. That's not, trust me, I know personally. I'm gonna keep it above. A lot of y'all who are dissing Nick, the people who certify him, I'm gonna just say that you're probably a fan of. Yeah, especially if you're an Eminem fan. I'm just gonna leave it there.
And what is the beef with Eminem?
Air the whole thing out.
What is the beef? I mean,
But your words.
Show, let's keep it real, man. What's the beef?
We on the big show.
Eminem.
I'm talking to Joker. I gotta go in. I gotta
What a
give you
Joker
exclusive.
show, bro. This is a Joker moment.
Nah, real facts. This is my thing. I'm gonna be honest with you, and you know, I say this on my radio show. You know, Power 106. All
Wait
the
for
time.
this.
Like, man, I've always been an Eminem fan. You know, the artist is somebody that I feel like is super skilled. You know, he's good for the culture, been good for the culture, been good to the culture.
Now, I know a lot of y'all probably gonna be like, what? But you were saying different things. Listen, when you're in the middle of a battle, and you're in the middle of a battle with someone like Eminem, you gotta use everything you can use. One thing I will say, Nick, though, is we all knew that, right? If you're gonna go into battle, yeah, of course you're not supposed to give people props, but when you've openly given so many props ahead of that, then maybe you choose a different angle than saying like he da-da-da-da. But he could also say he's a fan of him, but he also didn't say he doesn't think that he's washed, because that's a lot of the stuff that he was saying in the battle, that I am an Eminem fan, but I think Eminem is whacker now. Just to put it out there so people don't be like, oh, you lied. He lied a little, he fibbed a little bit, but you're not going to give props. And you're not about to be in a boxing match talking about like when someone punch you, like, ooh, that was a good punch. No, you're trying to win. After the boxing match, you can say, yeah, that was a good punch.
But I think as a man, where he and I went left, I don't really know what he and my ex-wife had going on. I think she got a new book coming out, and she talking about it in there.
No way. Yo,
Yeah,
Mariah
so
got a book talking about it?
Yeah, Mariah got she doing an exclusive, you know, memoir, talking.
Don't do that. That's a Joker moment. Hey,
Yeah, so, but that was none of my business. You know what I mean? I don't.
Joe got super excited that he got a moment. Yeah, I know that's another thing too. I definitely believe Mariah and Eminem had real feelings for each other. Real feelings for each other. And maybe still do. The only reason I say that, and Nick is wise enough to probably understand, he probably knows this too. They are too entangled with each other. They're like I'm gonna keep it a buck. Mariah's probably had a lot of ex-boy. That wasn't even her boyfriend. It's just somebody they apparently smashed. There's probably a lot of people, Mariah, famous. But Eminem and Mariah Carey just are like this. Like their names are always like this. And how much that they talk about each other and how much they are upset, how much energy they put into each other is a bit more than just light jabs. It's like, nah, yo. In order to hate somebody like this, I feel like you had to love them. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you don't just. I feel like Mariah would be indifferent if she didn't have some sort of feeling. But that's just what I'm saying. I feel like Nick might sense that too. Like, damn, even when I don't know what y'all had going together, but clearly it was something. You know.
You know how we do. We
Hey, yo,
don't never hate them.
So side of the story.
Yeah, so but like I said, that was before me. We got married in 2008, and you know, up until then, I had been nothing but a Mariah and fan. I was just excited to be with Mariah Carey, and I wasn't even aware that they had interaction. I don't know if they dated or how things go in this industry, but she was telling me like, dude was just super disrespectful, and I was like, all right, well, as a husband, if I gotta protect my wife at any cost, it's on, And then,
that makes sense, but I also feel like that's where Mariah messed up. That's why I low-key be feeling bad for Nick sometimes, because I feel like Mariah didn't give him all the information either. And he kind of saying that. He still says he doesn't know what their relationship was. If you're gonna, tell me to go attack somebody or be like, yo, this person's being give me all the tools. Give me all the information, especially if it's a battle, so I could talk about him. But I feel like she set Nick off on a dummy mission, on like a crash test mission, where it's like, yeah, I guess, but that's why I feel like Nick was kind of going into war with one hand tied behind his back and didn't realize
it. But we didn't even really think nothing of it, and then all of a sudden, dude came out with a crazy record, just blatantly just disrespecting, using terms that, you know, we don't stand for as men, like talking about my wife, and then called my name.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like,
makes sense.
You know, at the time, you know, I'm managed by, you know, Chris Lighty, you know what I'm saying? You know, one of our brothers, God rest his soul. And you know, he got the connection with, you know, because he was managing Fifth at the time, and you know, I think him and M's manager was super cool, Paul. So he was like, "Yo, Nick, want to holler at your guy, because this is, you know, I'll get all the jokes and the rah-rah. I'm Mr. Wildin' Out. We can make jokes all day long, but when you go to a certain point where, one, you start lying, and then two, you start blatantly like calling my wife out her name, all kind of whores and cunts and all of this craziness, you got to see me. We got to talk about this, man to man."
That makes sense. And if that's why I said anybody, like, that's his wife at the end of the day. The internet's weird, man. A lot of people don't understand loyalties. I've seen people get mad at the Pauls for not going at each other. And that's when I was like, yeah, y'all niggas are a bunch of weirdos, bro. But, yeah, no, up to this point, I'm 100% on Nick. So I understand why he did it. Doesn't mean he ain't gonna lose. I respect him trying to protect his wife's honor. I do that, but I feel like she kind of let him go in there and without fully all the info, and that's kind of why he got smacked down every time.
Man, and I was really just looking, especially then, we wasn't even about no music. I wasn't trying to rap or nothing. Like, I wanted to have a real man-to-man conversation, and it was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. He doesn't want to talk. I was like, so how you just gonna say some wild shit and then you don't want to talk to me? And I was like, now that's even triple disrespectful. You know what I mean? So that's where it kind of kicked off, because I was trying to handle it like a man and get to it. And then, you know, at the time, I think they kept putting records out back and forth. Mariah put out the Obsessed joint.
Yeah.
She was him in the video. Shit went like triple platinum.
Mariah got a hit off that shit, that energy.
That joint went to #1.
He came back for that motherfucker shit. That was like an R&B diss record smash #1.
So that was like, really needed, I didn't need to do nothing else with it. And you know, like she's the queen, she the GOAT on her own. So I ain't even have to, you know, I was just cheerleading from the sideline, really. And then dude just kept going. He kept getting more disrespectful, but wouldn't, you know, BET Awards, different awards show. You know me, I move how I move. So I was walking up like, yo, let's just have this man-to-man conversation. And it never happened. But then, you know, time went on, cooler heads prevailed. You know, we got later on, we started to joke about it. I'm trying to invite him to Wildin' Out. I figure at this point, like, you know, bygones is bygones, decades have passed. And
yeah, I feel bad for Nick. I want to see, like, there's people, how can you spin this and really be mad at Nick? I know some Eminem fans be very, very overzealous, and they're not really hip-hop fans, they're Eminem fans. So they don't even why would you be mad at Nick for going at, it's not like he went out for clout, like you're going at my wife. Any man, at that point, who cares who you are in rap? Who cares how good you rhyme words together? You gonna at least see me. That's the mother of my children. Yeah. And I would expect him 10 out of 10 times to react the exact way he reacted. Now that's me respecting him as a man and respecting his thuggery. On the tracks, nigga got washed up, didn't he? Nigga got washed in.
I mean,
if you would have put that energy into the tracks, I think it would have been better. Just a better rapper writer. Maybe have a ghostwriter. I don't know, man.
And he just kept belaboring it. I think even it was another conversation. I think Tips, Paul, I was on T.I.'s podcast. And he brought it up. You know what I mean? And we were just talking about, like, you know, we know T.I. got hands. I box. We all come from cats who fight. So I think I might have said something slick like, that dude ain't no fighter. You know what I mean? Like, just talking, we joking around. And I think that might have been what kind of, because it was during the same time that your record came out. So I think he might have maybe caught wind or something like that. Because I don't know why he would be talking about some stuff from like 10 years.
See, now Nick understood. Remember when we were trying to explain it in the beginning, he didn't quite understand why M started going at him again. That's why he gets it, man.
Prior. And you know, I saw it as an opportunity to promote Wildin' Out. So he went at me, I went at him. I put my guy, the battle rappers from Wildin' out there, and you know the ratings went up. So and we still waiting.
Aye. Okay. Hey man, I'm seeing that they want to do a sit down, and I'm all for it. I don't think Eminem, and I honestly don't think Nick Cannon is really in the wrong in any way of anything he did. As a man, as a rapper, it was just that your songs were just so not good enough. You know, that's all he was doing. Never attack on his character. Nothing in that I hear was a lie. And I'd be down to watch Eminem and Nick Cannon sit down. I'd down to react to not the whole thing, but clips from that and stuff, you know? Yeah, I don't think Nick's a bad person at all. And I think of all the people Eminem's ever been in a battle with, that is the most justified nigga who's ever dissed him. Because you're not gonna just diss niggas' wives. But at the same time, Eminem is like, yo, I had a relationship with this person before and they're dissing me too, so. I see where they need to come together and talk. It'll make sense. We out of here. Love you. What you think? Do they need to sit down and talk, or do you want Eminem to still beef with Nick for some reason? We'll find out.